Section 6. The DNA breakthrough. By the 2010s, DNA technology had changed dramatically. Scientists could now recover information from smaller and more damaged samples. A new method called forensic genealogy was also helping investigators solve old crimes. The method combines DNA evidence with family history research. It does not always immediately produce the victim's name. Instead, investigators may find people who share small amounts of DNA with the unknown person. These people may be distant cousins. Genealogists then study birth certificates, marriage records, obituaries, and family trees. They work backwards through generations and then move forward again, searching for the person who fits the evidence. In 2019, Joseph's remains were exhumed again. This time, specialists worked for more than 2 years to recover enough genetic information. The DNA was extremely difficult to use, but the team eventually created a usable profile. The profile led investigators to relatives from the child's biological family. Genealogists built large family trees and narrowed the possibilities. Investigators then obtained legal access to birth records. One document contained the answer they had searched for since 1957, a Philadelphia birth certificate. The child's name was Joseph Augustus Zarelli. Joseph had been born on January 13, 1953. He was only 4 years old when he died. Investigators used genetic evidence and official records to confirm that Joseph was the child found inside the box. On December 8, 2022, the Philadelphia Police Department publicly announced his identity. After 65 years, the boy was no longer unknown. He was no longer only a police photograph, a case number, or a face on a poster. He was Joseph. However, the police protected many details about his surviving relatives. Both of Joseph's biological parents were already dead. Investigators said he had living siblings, but there was no evidence that those siblings had known about his existence or death. Police also did not publicly explain exactly who had been caring for Joseph during the final days of his life. The DNA had answered one question. It had created many more. Section 7. Who killed Joseph? Identifying Joseph did not solve his murder. Investigators still needed to understand how he lived, who cared for him, and who was present when he died. Why was Joseph never reported missing? Was he living with one of his biological parents? Had he been placed with another family? Was he part of an unofficial or illegal adoption? Did relatives believe that he was safely living somewhere else? Or did someone deliberately hide his existence? Police have never publicly named Joseph's killer. No person has been arrested or charged with his death because so much time has passed. Many people who may have known the truth are now dead. Documents may have been destroyed. Memories may have disappeared. Some witnesses may have been children, themselves in 1957, and may not have understood what they saw. But investigators continue to hope that someone remembers Joseph. Perhaps a neighbor once saw him playing outside. Perhaps a relative heard adults discussing a child who had suddenly disappeared. Perhaps someone remembers a family arriving with a young boy and later leaving without him. Even a small detail could help reconstruct the final months of his life. As of 2026, the Philadelphia Police Department continues to list Joseph's death as an open homicide investigation. His identity has been solved. His murder has not. Section 8. Joseph gets his name back. On January 13, 2023, what would have been Joseph's 70th birthday, people gathered at Ivy Hill Cemetery. A new headstone was revealed. This time, it did not say only America's unknown child. It carried his real name, Joseph Augustus Zarelli. It also included his photograph. The moment was important, but it was not a celebration. Joseph had been identified, but he had still lost his childhood, his future, and his chance to tell his own story. Many investigators had spent their entire careers searching for his name. Some died before the answer was found. Their work showed that a cold case is not necessarily a forgotten case. Evidence can remain silent for decades, then new science, new records, or one new witness can make it speak again. Final section. The child behind the mystery. For decades, this case was known by the object in which the child was found, the box. But Joseph was more than the box. He was more than a mystery. He was a 4-year-old boy. He had a birthday. He had a family history. He may have had favorite foods, favorite games, and things that made him laugh. Those parts of his life remain unknown. The most disturbing part of this case is not only that Joseph was killed, it is that he disappeared from the world without anyone successfully explaining where he had gone. For 65 years, the public did not know his name. Today, we can finally say it. Joseph Augustus Zarelli. The search for his identity is over. The search for the truth is not. End card. His name was Joseph Augustus Zarelli. Born January 13, 1953. Found February 25.
The most disturbing part of this case is not only that Joseph was
December
killed,
8th,
it is that he
2022.
disappeared from the world without anyone successfully explaining where he had gone. The Philadelphia Police Department. A child should never be remembered only by the place or the object in which they were found. Remember his name, Joseph Augustus Zarelli.